Take two. If you ride a motorcycle, you're a potential victim of motorcycle profiling. According to the Motorcycle Industry Council, there are over 8.5 million registered motorcycles riders in the United States. Those numbers represent people from all walks of life: doctors, lawyers, accountants, blue-collar workers, military veterans, legislators, and you. Sadly, the stereotype of outlaw biker is held by many in law enforcement, and it results in unreasonable and unjustified traffic stops. It's called profiling. As a rider, it's important that you understand the definition of profiling, and as a potential victim, what options are available to you. Laws have been adopted in 2 states: Washington State, 2011, Maryland in 2016, addressing motorcycle profiling. National motorcycle rights organizations like the Motorcycle Riders Foundation have been lobbying for legislation at the federal level. The majority of riders obey the law and, simply based on appearance, do not deserve to be stopped. I know that includes everyone in this room. David Double D Devereaux is a motorcycle rights activist from Washington State who was instrumental in getting the law passed there. He is also the spokesperson for the National Motorcycle Profiling Project. Double D also represents Washington State Confederation of Clubs, U.S. Defenders, Bolt, and is a member or supporter of ABATE, the Motorcycle Riders Foundation, and the American Motorcycles Association. At the end of 2016, the National Motorcycle Profiling Survey concluded that motorcycle profiling is an issue coast to coast. Many riders have been targeted because they wear motorcycle-related paraphernalia, not because of bad behavior. Creative Research Systems, which is a independent survey software company with 35 years experience in the field, verified that the NMPS had a participation level that resulted in a 1.4% margin of error. So the NMPS is over 98% reliable in terms of representing the motorcycle rider population. The survey finds that over 50% of riders say that they've been stopped at least once. 37% of riders say that they've been stopped more than once. 43% of respondents had no club affiliation, and only 7% were members of 1%er or outlaw motorcycle clubs. Members of veterans clubs, Christian clubs, independents have all been victims of motorcycle profiling. So the perception that anti-profiling efforts are only for the benefit of outlaw motorcycle clubs is invalidated by this data. Most proposed legislation defines motorcycle profiling as the use of the fact that an individual rides a motorcycle or wears clothes or possesses paraphernalia that a reasonable person associates with such individuals as a factor in a decision to stop and question, take enforcement action against, arrest or search the individual and motorcycle in violation of federal or state law. This is the exact wording within House Bill 917, introduced into the Pennsylvania General Assembly by Garth Everett, along with 29 co-sponsors. It's currently referred to the House Judiciary Committee. In addition to prohibition of motorcycle profiling, this bill also provides for police training and a course of private action. At the federal level, bills have been introduced by Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin and Representative Tim Walberg of Michigan. Representative Walberg is the chair of the House Motorcycle Caucus, and he is quoted as saying, and I quote, "From coast to coast, Americans of all backgrounds responsibly ride a motorcycle as their means of transportation or simply to enjoy the road. This bipartisan resolution aims to raise awareness about the reality of motorcycle profiling and foster an open dialogue between motorcyclists and law enforcement." End quote. These legislative solutions directly reinforce our First, Fourth, and 14th Amendment rights. Our right to free expression and association, our right to freedom from illegal search and seizure, and our right to equal protection under the law. The U.S. Supreme Court has recognized in a precedent-setting case that a person's right to wear clothing of his or her choice or belong to any club or organization is protected under the Constitution. If you are a victim of motorcycle profiling, document the stop, the time, the place, the agency of authority, whether it's state or a local police department, and the duration of the stop and any other details. Contact the Motorcycle Profiling Project, and they will log that information into the database and can help in preparation for a legal defense. Accumulating a pattern of evidence is critical to passing laws addressing the issue of motorcycle profiling. Fighting back using the democratic process will reduce the incidence of profiling and secure the freedoms all riders should enjoy. Do you know who your elected representatives are? Call them. Let them know your position on motorcycle profiling. According to the NMPS, over 86% of motorcycle riders voted in an election over the last 10 years. Now, the overwhelming majority of riders are law-abiding citizens who enjoy riding and do not deserve to be unreasonably targeted by law enforcement based on biased beliefs. Thank you and ride safe.